The setting was a little archaic, but Michael Whitehead was all about looking forward, positive about our challenges and our opportunities.
The reality of the food and grocery manufacturing sector in Australia right now is that the global opportunities are bigger than ever before, and heading towards 2030 will be immense. But how does it compare to the global competitors? They are big, they are seeing exactly the same markets, ours and others, they are well resourced, and we need to know that we are playing in the big league and we have to do everything we can to compete against them.
For our food and grocery industry, that often means competing against companies getting greater support from their governments.
Australian manufacturers do face a number of pressures, whether these be labour costs and labour availability, whether these be the interest rate environment of the moment, whether these be energy and other input prices. Certainly they are there. And to be absolutely realistic, a number of our global competitors do get more support from a number of areas than we do in Australia, whether it's subsidies or so many other government measures. But we need to accept that that is the reality of competition.
For an industry of such economic importance, an industry employing almost 300,000 Australians, the potential is enormous. It already contributes almost $134 billion.
If we look forward, based on projections, by 2030 the contribution of this sector to Australia could be around $250 billion. Think about that. That's $250 billion that this industry could be putting into Australia.
Michael believes Australia is a focus for investment because of our reputation. But to take advantage, we need to show unity.
For investors to be convinced to increasingly put their capital into here, they will need more of a business case, more of the metrics, more of the sustainability measures around this as well. And they will very much need to know that industry and government are working closely together to make this a great investment destination for their capital.
What's the biggest challenge for the industry?
The biggest challenge for this sector is the competition. Yes, the market is growing, consumers in Australia and around the world, but so are our competitors. They know that too. Different countries around the world, different companies from around the world. So we've talked about everything from energy to labour, and we know that, and we accept the reality of those. But we have to know what competitors are doing and make sure that we are a step ahead of them.
And what is the biggest opportunity?
The biggest opportunity is the consumer and the changing consumer needs, and us being aware of that, whether it's in health needs, whether it's in a variety of needs, whether it's in changing foods and demands, for us to look at what the consumer will want in Australia and globally and work towards that.
And the future? Michael sees enormous possibilities for large and small players in this industry.
The great thing about food and grocery manufacturing in Australia is that it is a wonderful combination of high-tech and large-scale and of boutique, whether it's our biggest and most innovative companies using their knowledge to create new opportunities, or somebody in their backyard, somebody in their home office, coming up with an idea, a concept, building it up, creating relationships and taking it to Australia and out to the world.